Well, welcome to a new Harry's Garage video, and you find us at Day and White's workshop again for an update on the Lancia. This is part 3. Last couple of ones we just covered those nasty bits on the body at the back and the amount of rot on it, and the engine stripped down as well. What I'm going to do on this one is just some of the componentry has arrived for the rebuild on the engine, and they've stripped the body further because there's going to be basically a bare metal repaint going on this, and discover some more horrors in there. Now, it's a very windy day outside, and you might hear a door rattling in the background. There you go, it's just going there. Apologies for that, there's nothing I can do about it, so I hope it doesn't get in the way in the video. But yeah, Gordon's going to join me in a moment, and we'll just take you through some of the next stages on this Lancia Fulvia Zagato rebuild. Well, Gordon, you've been really busy again.
We've been shopping.
You have been shopping, and you've been shopping in Italy as well, haven't you?
I know, and the parts have come in good time.
And it worked.
No problems, no issues. Nice, doesn't always go that way, I'm afraid, these days.
No.
It's the way of the world.
I love these. These are the first thing. I came in the workshop and I just had to have a look at these
nice,
pistons.
Look at that. Super forged.
Yeah, and with a coating that, yeah, I thought it was Teflon, but you're saying it's not Teflon.
Probably beaded and sulfide they use these days at high temperature. It's funny actually, they found traces in the Japanese swords in the 14th century.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh,
but they do tend to use that now on these things.
Just fabulous. And these are forged.
They're forged, yeah, obviously alloy, and they do, obviously you can get expansion contraction problems, so that film does help keep that, and of course it's just helps it to run up and down.
And these are on the shelf, weren't they? 82.8.
Well, yeah, they are obviously bigger than standard, and they do. And normally you probably get them manufactured, but such as the use these days and what they're using it for, you can actually get them off the shelf.
It's staggering.
I know.
And during the engine rebuild, there's another little bit we haven't mentioned, and that was we were going to do rally cams, etc. on it.
Yes.
And you strip the engine, strip the cams off, and
probably why we had decent power beforehand, especially because it had a race cam in it anyway. And doesn't help with the valves as well. With 35mm valves.
Yeah. So the exhaust valves were bigger as well.
Yeah.
So not only was the head being gas flowed, the whole thing.
Yeah. So someone has been busy with it.
Yeah, and it's not in any of the history files I've got.
No.
And the engine builder, previous one, just put standard gaskets on the inlet manifold, so it was a complete waste of time.
Yeah.
Just mad. And the other bit I don't understand, they hadn't increased the size of the inlet valves.
No, standard 38.
Standard 38.
35mm.
Gone up a
one
size
for the exhaust.
And the exhaust.
Because the valve seats are so warm, we put hardened seating anyway to accommodate and makes better for the 35mm valve anyway. Inlet manifolds, Group 4 manifold for the
that's to
weathers.
take the weathers, so much, you can see the dramatic, so that size has to be the same, but the size of the carburettor is completely different with the weathers. So that's nice.
Obviously rings for the pistons, shells, plus 10s we're going for. Even the crank sound with the imperfections and stuff, it just made sense to actually go plus 10 in it. Fuel pump's turned up.
Sexy fuel pump. That's good. That hides underneath, doesn't it?
That'll be. We'll put that at the back near the tank.
Right.
Put them there. Nice place, just below the seats.
Filter.
Fuel pressure regulator. It has to run.
Regulator. Right.
Yes. So 3.5 psi, and this will regulate that, so we know what's running at. Otherwise, it could be pushing too much or pushing too little. We're not sure.
Okay. Oh, good.
Super top. Master cylinder.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Took it all apart. Servo had brake fluid in it.
Oh dear.
Obvious sign the master has been failing, so new master, you can overhaul the old masters, but for the price of these things these days, the shaft, not enough to take them apart and just they're putting in the pistons and stuff.
Good.
The master on it.
Oil pump?
No, water pump.
Water pump at the front of the engine.
It just, there was residue around it, and again, that's sort of price of overhauling your one, we get a new unit coming on the handbrake cables.
And my nice new shockers, Coney Classic.
Yeah, exactly.
I can do that one, but that way, nothing. No resistance. They're new, sir. They are new. I don't think so.
No. I'll press a switch because your pressure gauge wasn't working too well with the hand links. And then obviously move over to the bits here. Yeah. Rebuilt drive shafts. Yeah, drive shafts all been rebuilt, been off, re-greased, obviously new gaiters.
Yeah.
So we put the integrale gaiters in these, which are the later ones. It gives more flexibility rather than those cone ones used to have.
Oh, right. Integrale bit.
Well, yeah, because these are the original ones, which are okay, they're perfectly fine. but they can rub on this piping inside, so we tend to use it, especially for the use you'll be using it for. And
right.
A fuel tank.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sent away, had it cut open and cleaned out thoroughly, checked.
Right, so that's an insertion.
Yeah,
it's had a bit of surgery.
On it, to cut it, so they make sure they can get everything out. And even at the bottom they've reinforced the actual base to make sure that's all sound.
Right.
Leaf springs, they've now been re-tempered, re-pushed, all back, obviously. They go on the back now, and they've been re-tempered to the same height that we had before.
Excellent.
So the height on that.
That's good.
Rear centre steering arm painted, and of course the axle beam has been treated to bring back.
Yeah.
Painted.
So that's all ready to go on. Window rubbers.
Windows
have come out.
Unfortunately, these have had their had a better life, I'm afraid, and they'll have to be replaced.
Well, it's coming on for 50 years old.
We can't be doing the paintwork and putting these back on.
No. And they're available, that sort of stuff.
Again, our man, front and back, we'll get. Sides are okay. We could reuse those.
Amazing. Right, well that's the good news. Well, the other nice little bit of good news, if I'm thinking of orange on it, there is more evidence of the original colour when the headlights came out. A very definite orange on both headlights, which I'm pleased about. But yeah, you've discovered some horrors, Gordon, haven't you?
Unfortunately,
around the back.
Taking the glass out.
Yeah.
Ready to go to paint shop. And
right.
This panel here, the rear wing, rear quarter,
has
been put on over the top of the original quarter. That gap's far too deep. In fact, the window pretty much fell out when we got to it.
No, so you're saying there's a horrible weld all around here, and basically someone's come along and whatever was there before gone, so I'll tell you what, I'll just put another panel over the whole lot.
Yeah, they've cut it here, put the panel over the top of it, rather than cutting where it should be, take that back and put it onto it. I
can't understand how that. You'd think that would be that much prouder.
No. I know. What they've done is they've cut it here, so that cuts in. So this is the new panel. It's just that top 6 inches.
So once the paint is off, it's going to reveal more, isn't it? We're just going to see what level we're at.
And they seem welded it. It's just the way they've done it. And this is all filler anyway.
Yeah.
And that could be adjusted in and out, to be honest.
I'm sort of gutted about that, because that's just a bodge that we didn't realise, which happens when you start this sort of work.
Back in the 80s and stuff, and some of the work that was going on, it just depends who did it. You know, it could have been an insurance claim repair or whatever, or someone's just.
Right, it could have had a knock on this side, and they said, "Oh, that's the way we're going to do it."
Just as quick as possible.
Anyway, right. So, surprise, surprise, extra little bit of rust in the back here.
We're welding on that, which we've got to do. If you look inside the actual end.
Is there anything else here? I don't know. It's
just superficial.
It's not bad, is it? I mean, it's all original. There's no horrid knocks. There's no accident.
No.
Here, I don't think there is.
No, there's nothing we found on the inside of this. Just
good. Yeah, good news. Let's have a look. What?
If you look inside with it.
Oh, what the seal? Right, in the floor. Oh god.
There's no sponge foam on the floor to peel.
Right. Oh, there. Oh, that's not very good, is it? No, that's a bit rotten there, isn't it, on that sill? Right. Not a lot of strength. Well, that's a very good reason to be doing what we're doing then, isn't it, really? Because that's a weak point, isn't it? If I look over the other side, that's actually quite structurally sound, isn't it, all over there?
It's had repairs done.
But, yeah, it's better.
Everything on the right side seems to be better than everything on the left side.
Left side. Yeah, if you put it up, because you've also cut a bit more up the back, haven't you?
Yes, that's right.
Where's my car gone? It's all been cut out.
Right, so I started treating this here, just to show you a contrast. What we
right.
Just to put something on it, really.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what we'll be doing all the way along. But the inside section actually is usable. You know, yeah, it's rusty, there's surface corrosion on it, we'll clean all the edges up.
Yeah.
But the amount of metal that was on this, you know, we've gone back to here. You can see with the welded up to the rear bumpers would have gone. But it's just
staggering. You've taken quite a lot of metal out of there, haven't you? I had no idea.
You had to go back to any good metal we had.
Right.
And there's still some lead loading on this, which we'll take out. But that's the decent metal we've got to.
There's the metal you've taken out is down here, isn't it? These bits
here.
That's the last
bits. Which again, you can see with the lead was on it. It's really, really heavy.
God.
It's just loaded.
So it's several layers.
Yes.
That's joined.
Yes.
Good
Yes.
God. So it's
over the top.
and put some more around.
Again, the inside edge is all right.
Right.
Up, make a panel.
Okay.
Can't get anything like that.
Do you think that's original orange or what colour is that?
I think that's the zinc oxide.
Right.
Because it's original metal underneath it.
Okay.
So it won't be over a primer, so we reckon this sort of a zinc oxide.
It was what they did it before the paint went on.
They haven't seen the light of day for quite a while, this bit.
No.
And again, see, this has got to be dealt with.
Oh yeah.
And yes, we could go put floor pans in and fabricate everything and go that route, but then again, it's all costs.
Yeah. Can you get floor pans for this?
Well, you can get manufactured because it's the same as Fulvia. So they do floor pans, albeit costly. So then you'd cut them all out and put it all in nicely. So they are available.
Or maybe I just wonder if we need to look at this.
Well, then that's something again. Once you've taken everything off, we can look at because.
Well, I just think
the Fulvia stuff we can get panel-wise. It's just the Zagato stuff's the problem.
I just don't like. That's pretty ugly there.
I know.
Yeah, isn't that funny how bad it is on that left side rather than the right?
Everything is. Right side's not bad at all.
No. God dear. I was going to do rallies in this. Look at that.
I know. See, no, it's great to a point. But
It is, isn't it?
I have a real problem with it.
With the fact this is MOT exempt, you're just not going to see this stuff.
The car's got to be roadworthy, and the insurance companies they'll kick up. If you don't, how can you prove your car's roadworthy unless you have something to show that? So at least if you get your car inspected by someone to see it, and a piece of paper, otherwise they'll come at you. So yes, you don't need an MOT from a government perspective, but you should get these things checked.
Well, no, because that sill was not very strong, isn't it? That side hadn't got the structural strength.
The subframe goes in here.
Yeah.
You've got, it doesn't take much. You've only got one box section. The inside of the box section goes, and you're running in 2 dimensions.
Yeah. Right. Well, to be continued. No real surprises. I'm very glad you showed me some shiny engine bits.
Yeah, to take the edge off.
Yeah, that helps.
So,
So good and bad.
Yeah.
As ever.
Yep. Always.
Yeah.
Rain and sunshine.
Yeah.
Can't help it.
There's a way to go. So next steps at the moment.
Right, strip the bottom underneath the floor, get in the engine bay, take that back. Let's have a look what we're left with metal wise, really, and then we'll obviously bits of the engine come back.
Yeah.
The block comes back, subframe comes back. The radiator's been made, just heard.
Okay.
We'll start building that up separately. This will then go off the body shop once we've seen what else underneath has to be dealt with.
Right. And when do you expect that to go to the body shop?
I'm looking probably 4 to 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Because the thing is, as well, they have a waiting list, so we weren't planning to do this, so we have to sort of be a little bit flexible about what time to go.
Everything we're doing there is a bit of a surprise, but having looked at that underneath, then it's just no question we're doing the right thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. Exactly.
So next time I come down, that'll be a bit more stripped, but an engine will start to be built.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yes, part 3. Good and bad news for Lancia Fulvia. Well, hope you've enjoyed this video and you're liking the updates we're going to do. I think I'm going to be back in about 4 to 5 weeks and we'll see the progress then. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you have, well, keep watching, keep subscribing. More videos coming along very soon.